What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And today we need to talk about some absolutely heartbreaking news that just dropped in the celebrity world that has literally shaken the internet to its core because Olympic legend Shaun White and Vampire Diaries superstar Nina Dobrev have officially called off their engagement and ended their 5-year relationship that everyone thought was going to lead to the ultimate fairy tale wedding. And I'm telling you right now, this news has hit different because these two were literally couple goals for so many people around the world, and their love story was something straight out of a Hollywood movie, but now it's come to an end, and we need to break down everything that happened, all the signs we might have missed, and what this means for both of their futures moving forward. So let me start from the very beginning of the story, because their relationship timeline is actually fascinating and shows just how unexpected love can be in Hollywood, because believe it or not, these two first met way back in 2012 at an awards show, but nothing happened between them at that time. They were just two celebrities crossing paths in the industry like so many others do. But then fate intervened in the most beautiful way possible in 2019 when they were both booked as speakers at a Tony Robbins motivational event down in Florida. And this is where their actual love story began, because during the dinner after that event, Shaun White, who is a 3-time Olympic gold medalist and one of the most successful snowboarders in history, admitted that he actually had no idea who Nina Dobrev was at the time. Which is honestly hilarious when you think about it, because Nina was already a massive star from the Vampire Diaries and had millions of fans around the world, but Shaun was completely clueless about her fame until he noticed that all the staff members at the event kept asking for photos with her, and he was standing there like, what's happening? What's going on? Why is everyone freaking out over this woman? And that confusion actually became the perfect icebreaker that led to them connecting on a deeper level beyond just their celebrity statuses. The timing couldn't have been more perfect because they officially started dating in 2019, and then when the COVID-19 pandemic hit and the entire world went into lockdown, they made the decision to move in together, which was a huge step in their relationship that really accelerated their bond, because being stuck together during quarantine is either going to make or break a couple. And for Shaun and Nina, it definitely made them stronger, as Shaun took their relationship Instagram official in May 2020 with the most adorable series of photos showing Nina giving him a quarantine haircut, and those pictures were absolutely everything because they showed this intimate, domestic side of their relationship that fans rarely get to see from celebrities. Shaun later opened up about how incredible Nina was during that challenging time in everyone's lives, telling People magazine that Nina was just so supportive and amazing through the whole process, and that through the pandemic, she was a lifesaver who really made that time in his life special. And you could tell from every interview and social media post that these two were genuinely head over heels in love with each other in the most authentic way possible. Throughout their 5 years together, Shaun and Nina became absolute red carpet royalty, attending every major event together from movie premieres to fashion shows to award ceremonies, and they weren't just showing up looking good. They were genuinely supporting each other's careers and celebrating each other's successes, which is something you don't always see in Hollywood relationships where egos and competition can sometimes get in the way. But with these two, it was different because you could see the genuine pride and love they had for each other in every photo and every interview. One of the most beautiful moments in their relationship came in 2022 when Nina traveled to Beijing to support Shaun during his 5th and final Winter Olympics, which was such an emotional and overwhelming experience for him as he was closing this incredible chapter of his athletic career. And having Nina there by his side during that pivotal moment showed just how committed they were to being there for each other through all of life's major milestones, both the victories and the transitions. The engagement speculation started ramping up around that time because during interviews leading up to the Olympics, Shaun would hint about their future together, telling People magazine that they were just enjoying their time together with no pressure, but that after the Olympics, he would finally have his freedom to do whatever, and they could just have fun and be together and support each other. But then he would add these little teasing comments like, "You never know, we'll see what happens," which had fans constantly analyzing every word and every social media post for clues about a possible proposal. Then came October 2024, the moment that literally broke the internet and had fans around the world celebrating, when Shaun pulled off what might be one of the most elaborate and romantic proposals in recent celebrity history at the Golden Swan in New York City. But here's the genius part. He completely fooled Nina into thinking they were going to a CFDA Vogue event hosted by Anna Wintour. So she was probably getting all dressed up thinking about fashion and networking, and then boom, surprise. proposal with a stunning 5-carat Lorraine Schwartz diamond ring that was absolutely breathtaking, and the photos they shared on Instagram afterward were pure magic, with Shaun writing "she said yes" with the ring and infinity emojis, while Nina posted "RIP boyfriend, hello fiancé," and honestly those posts got millions of likes and comments from fans who were just so happy to see two people they loved finding their happily ever after. But now, less than a year later, we're getting the devastating news that it's all over, and according to People magazine's exclusive report, sources close to the couple are saying that this was a mutual decision that wasn't easy but was made with love and a deep respect for one another, which honestly makes it even more heartbreaking because it sounds like they still care about each other deeply, but something just wasn't working. And that's sometimes the hardest kind of breakup to process, because there's no villain, there's no scandal, there's just two people who realized they weren't meant to be forever despite how much they wanted it to work. The signs were definitely there if you knew what to look for, because the last time they were photographed together was on August 31st, 2025, in Los Angeles, where they were holding hands while running errands, and everything seemed normal and happy. But then just a week later, on September 7th, Nina walked the red carpet at the Eternity premiere during the Toronto International Film Festival, and eagle-eyed fans immediately noticed that her 5-carat engagement ring was nowhere to be seen, which immediately started speculation about trouble in paradise. And then people started digging deeper and realized that Nina had unpinned her engagement announcement post from the top of her Instagram, which had been proudly displayed there since October 2024. And when celebrities start removing or hiding posts about their relationships, that's usually a pretty clear sign that something is going wrong behind the scenes. What makes this split even more intriguing is the timing, because just 5 days before the news broke, Nina posted a TikTok video about 10 other women trying to fix a man, and now fans are going back and analyzing that post, wondering if it was somehow related to what was happening in her relationship with Shaun, because sometimes celebrities use social media as a way to express feelings they can't say directly. And that video is definitely being looked at in a whole new light now that we know about the breakup. The impact of this split goes way beyond just celebrity gossip, because Shaun and Nina represented something special in Hollywood. They were this power couple that seemed to have it all figured out, with successful careers, genuine love for each other, and this beautiful story of how they found each other later in life, after both had experienced other relationships and heartbreaks. And seeing their relationship end is reminding everyone that even the most picture-perfect couples can face challenges that can't be overcome no matter how much love there is between them. From a career perspective, this split is probably going to affect both of them in different ways, because Shaun has been transitioning from his Olympic career into business ventures and other projects, and Nina has been continuing her acting career with new movies and projects, and now they'll both be navigating their professional lives as single people again, which might actually open up new opportunities for both of them, but also means they'll be dealing with the personal heartbreak while trying to maintain their public personas and professional commitments. The fact that representatives for both Shaun and Nina didn't respond to People magazine's request for comment shows that they're probably trying to handle this split as privately as possible, which is honestly the mature way to approach it, because breakups are hard enough without having to deal with constant media attention and speculation about what went wrong. And it sounds like they're both trying to protect each other and their relationship even as it's ending, which speaks to the love and respect they still have for each other. What's particularly sad about this situation is thinking about all the plans they probably had together, because when you get engaged, you start planning not just a wedding but an entire life together, and now all of those dreams and plans have to be put aside, which is always devastating even when the decision to break up is mutual, because it still means letting go of a future you thought you were going to have with someone you love deeply. The social media aspect of modern celebrity breakups adds another layer of complexity to the situation, because both Shaun and Nina have shared so much of their relationship with their fans over the years, from cute couple photos to vacation pictures to birthday tributes, and now they're probably going through their feeds deciding what to do with all of those memories, whether to delete them or leave them up as a celebration of what they had, and fans are watching every move, trying to read between the lines and figure out exactly what happened. This breakup is also happening at a time when both of their careers are in interesting places, with Shaun having retired from competitive snowboarding and exploring new ventures while Nina continues to build her acting career. And sometimes when people are in different phases of their lives, it can create challenges in relationships even when there's still love there. because timing is such a crucial factor in whether relationships work out long-term, and maybe they just realized they wanted different things for their futures, even though they cared about each other deeply. The age factor might have played a role too, with Shaun being 39 and Nina being 36, which are ages where people are really thinking about what they want their next chapter to look like, whether that's marriage, kids, career changes, or other major life decisions. And sometimes even when you love someone, you realize you're not aligned on those big picture items that are crucial for long-term compatibility. And having those honest conversations about the future can sometimes lead to the difficult realization that you're better off as friends than as romantic partners. Looking at their past interviews, both Shaun and Nina have always been very thoughtful and mature about their relationship, never rushing into things and always supporting each other's individual goals and dreams. So it makes sense that their approach to this breakup would be equally mature and respectful, focusing on what's best for both of them rather than trying to force something that wasn't working just because they had already made a public commitment to each other through their engagement. The financial implications of this split are also worth considering, because when high-profile couples break up, there are usually complex arrangements that need to be made regarding shared investments, properties, and other assets, especially when both people have successful careers and significant individual wealth. But the fact that sources are emphasizing that this was done with love and respect suggests they're probably handling all of those practical matters in an amicable way without the drama and legal battles that sometimes characterize celebrity breakups. For fans who looked up to Shaun and Nina as relationship goals, this news is probably particularly disappointing because their love story seemed so genuine and authentic, from their meet cute at the Tony Robbins event to their quarantine bonding to their romantic engagement. It all felt like a real fairy tale that was going to have a happy ending. And seeing it end is a reminder that even the most beautiful relationships can face challenges that can't be overcome, which is both sad and somehow comforting, because it shows that celebrities face the same relationship struggles as everyone else. The timing of this announcement, coming just as we're heading into the fall season when engagement and wedding season typically ramps up, probably makes it even more difficult for both of them, because they're seeing other couples celebrating their love while they're dealing with the end of their own relationship, and that kind of contrast can make the emotions even more intense and complicated to process. Moving forward, both Shaun and Nina will probably need time and space to heal from this breakup before they're ready to talk about it publicly or move on to new relationships, because even when a split is mutual and respectful, it still involves grieving the loss of a significant relationship and adjusting to life as a single person again, which can be challenging for anyone, but especially for celebrities whose personal lives are constantly under public scrutiny. The impact on their respective fan bases is also interesting to consider, because over the years they've gained fans who love them both as a couple, and now those fans will need to decide whether to continue following both of them or choose sides, which sometimes happens in